We can do this like this. Okay. And are you leading class? All right, awesome. Morning, everyone. So we'll be using a strap today. If you guys want to go ahead and grab that. If you don't have one, you can use a towel. You can use part of your robe. So anything that looks like this. Yes, wear your set. We could do a share, or you can join the video. This is my girlfriend's piece set, for those who are wondering what we're talking about. All right. And so are you ready to get started? Okay. All right. So go ahead and actually get started on our backs. And I gotta move, buddy. Move over. Move over. I know I love you. I love you. Okay. And so go ahead and lay on your back. Coming into your Shavasana pose, palms open. Close the eyes. Start to connect to this very moment. And let anything on the mind just be put on a shelf for the next 45 minutes of class. Start to take a full body scan, just noticing what comes up, trying to not have any judgment around it. Now let's go ahead and take a nice big inhale, fill the belly all the way up, hold. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. 2 more just like that. Big inhale. Hold. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more. Hold. Open mouth, exhale. Start to cultivate your Ujjayi breath, sealing your lips together, breathing in and out of your nose. Creating that heat throughout the body. Start to flutter the eyes open and draw circles with the wrists and ankles. Inhale the arms up for a good morning stretch. Reaching far behind you, point the toes. Exhale, reach over towards the right. Option to grab your left wrist and then walk your feet over towards the right as well. Stretching to the left side body. Option to stack the left foot on top of the right if that feels good. Go ahead and release. Come back to center. Inhale, get long. Exhale, reach over towards the left. Option to grab that right wrist and then walk over the feet towards the left. You can stack that right foot on top of the left. Stretching through that right side. Slowly start to come back to center. Go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. So walk them up to your glutes and then bend them into your chest. Give yourself a big hug, wrapping your hands around your shins. Just rock left to right, massaging out the spine. Starting to feel your glutes talking. Release the left foot down. Inhale, straighten the right leg, flex the right toes back towards the right hip. Grab your hands behind that right thigh. Take an inhale. Exhale, pull that right thigh towards your chest as you bend that knee. Inhale, straightening that right leg, making sure the right foot is above that right hip. Exhale to bend. One more. Inhale, get long, straighten the left leg if that feels good. You can release the hands down or bring your right hand on your inner right thigh and start to open up that right thigh by reaching that right foot towards the right. Your left hip is gonna wanna pop up. Just gently remind it to melt into the earth. Option to look towards the left. It's okay if that right foot doesn't hit the ground. You're just stretching through the right side. Slowly start to make your way back to center. Your right hand going your right thigh to guide it. Inhale here. Exhale, reach it towards the left. Supine twist. Stack the right hip on top. Tee up the arms and gaze towards the right. Let that right shoulder gently reach towards the ground. It's okay if it's lifting. Slowly start to come back to center. Inhale, straighten that right leg, point the toes. Exhale, draw some circles with that right foot, both directions. Nice. Go ahead and get long back into your Shavasana pose. Just notice how it feels on the right side and on the left. Maybe close the eyes. Go ahead and walk your heels close towards your glutes. Reset the spine, knees come to the chest. Rock left to right. Release your right foot down. Inhale the left leg long. Left foot is right on top of that left hip. Reach your hands behind that left thigh. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend that left knee. Pull that knee towards your chest. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to bend. One more. You can point that toe on the inhale and flex it on the exhale. That feels good. Last one. Inhale, straighten through the left leg, tee up the arms. Option to straighten that right foot. If you need some assistance, bring that left hand to that inner thigh, gently opening it towards the left. Now again, it's okay if it doesn't reach all the way to the earth. Just opening up that left side, reminding your right hip to melt down, and option gaze towards the right. come back to center. Straightening through the left leg. Exhale, supine twist. Reach the left foot over towards the right. Stack those hips on top and gaze towards the left. Inhale, start to come back to center. Point the toes. Exhale, draw some circles with that left ankle. Nice, lowering that left leg along, just noticing how that feels in the body. Go ahead and bring your knees back into your chest. This time bring your hands behind your thighs and rock up and down the length of the mat 3 times. Eventually you'll come over the knees into a tabletop pose. I'm just gonna flip around, making our way to our tabletop. Fingers are spread wide, hips over the knees. Shoulders over the wrists. Drop the belly, inhale, cow pose. Reach that heart forward, lift that tailbone high. Exhale, round through the back, hug up to the chest, gaze towards the navel. Start to make a breath to movement connection. Option to add any organic movements here. So maybe some circles with your hips. An option to take some barrel rolls. Let this feel good in the body. When you're ready, and grab your strap. So we'll go ahead and have the strap shoulder width distance or a little bit wider. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. Press the biceps back. Open up to the chest, shoulders. Exhale, slowly reach it forward, shoulder distance. We'll keep going back and forth. This next round, option to go all the way over. You may need to widen your hands on the strap. Nice. 2 more times. Nice work. Go ahead and release that strap to the corner. Come back to your tabletop pose. Spread those fingers wide. Untuck the toes. Start to hover the knees. Hovering tabletop. Engage the glutes, engage the core. Keep that gaze down. We'll meet in downward facing dog in 2 more breaths. Nice, lifting up and back. Slight bend in the knees if this is your first downward dog of the day. Just noticing how it feels to have your feet a little bit wider versus more narrow. Seeing if that feels good. Pressing the chest towards the thighs. Just allow yourself to enjoy this pose. So stretching and bend, or lengthening and bending through each leg. I'm going to take off my sweater. Getting in the way. And once you find stillness in your downward dog, put some weight into the right hand and lift the left fingertips off, reaching towards the front. And then reach towards your right shin as you twist and gaze up towards your right armpit. Go ahead and switch it out. Reach that left hand down, a little bit of weight reaches into it. Start to hover the right fingertips, reaching the right hand towards the front. Exhale towards the left shin. Downward dog twist, gaze up towards the left armpit. So you notice I'm slipping. This mat is a little bit slippery. Right hand reaches down. Nice. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, press the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Nice. Inhale, lift the heels and lower them. Gaze towards the top. Walk up to your forward folds. Hands behind the wrist. Slight bend in the knees. Grab to opposite elbows and sway left to right. Hang heavy here. Let any tension fall off the head, neck and shoulders. And then slow it down, release the hands to the earth, find your halfway lift. Inhale, lift the chest, flat back, pull that navel in. Exhale, back to your fold. Bend the knees and rise up one vertebrae at a time. Coming into your mountain pose. Arms sweep high to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Draw your navel in. Engage the glutes, engage the thighs. Take a big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Exhale, high plank, step it back. First chaturanga of class, so go ahead and shift forward into the tippy toes, lowering halfway, and tuck the toes. Inhale, upward dog. Engage the thighs, open up through the heart. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, roll over the toes, downward dog. Inhale, gaze towards the top. Step or float to your forward fold. Find a half lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up high. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale to reach. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step it back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. You can always take this on your knees, or you can skip it. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Nice. This time, inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze towards the top. Maybe hop towards the thumbs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Inhale, reaching it up and back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold, step or hop. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips up and back. Big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, the right leg high. Step the right hip on top of the left. Bend and straighten that right leg. And then draw some circles. Square off the hips, so drop that right hip down. Keep flexing through the right foot. Take a breath in. Exhale, step the right foot through for your low lunge. Lifting the chest. Starting to talk to your psoas, your hip flexor on the left side. Lifting that chest a little bit more, hovering the fingertips. Find your breath. Press the hips up and back for pyramid pose. Straighten through the right leg. Find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Now, if this feels too much, allow yourself to step forward with the left foot and lower that heel down. You can also use blocks on either side or books. Go ahead and bend back into that right leg. Step that left foot back. Inhale, spin that left foot at a 90 degree to open up to your warrior two. Now here you can bend and straighten through the right leg. Just warming it up. Make sure your shoulders are right over your hips. And gaze in between that middle right finger. Find some stillness here. How's your breath? Inhale, straighten through the right leg. And then reach that right hand forward for your triangle pose. Go ahead and slide that right hand down that right shin and soft bend in that right knee so you don't lock it out. Left hand can reach up high. Gaze up towards the left hand, opening up to the left side of the body. Option to come into imaginary beach ball if you want to work those side obliques. Take one more inhale. Exhale, reverse the triangle. Just reach the right hand back, the left hand towards that right hip. Stretch through the right side body. You can gaze towards that left foot or up towards the right hand. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Low lunge, spin that left heel back. Now, hover that right foot back as you sweep it back for Ekapada. You can also lower it down. Shift forward, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Pedal out those feet, big inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale the left leg high, step the left hip on top of the right, bend and straighten through the left leg. Now bend that left knee and draw some circles. And take an inhale. Three-legged dog. Drop that left hip down. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Frame that left foot. Nice. Lift the chest. You can have a slight bend in that right knee if that feels good. Gaze is in front of the mat. Exhale, pyramid pose with the hips up and back. Straighten through the left leg. Now step that right foot forward if you need to. Make sure each foot is in its own lane. Find a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Start to bend back into that left foot. Step that right foot back. And then 90-degree that right foot. Inhale, windmill up. Warrior two. Bending and straightening through your left leg. Trying to relax those shoulders. And then once you come into your warrior two, gaze in between that middle left finger. Inhale, straighten through that left leg. Exhale, reach that left foot hand forward and then tick-tock the arm. So left hand comes on top of that left shin. Slight bend in that left knee. You can walk that right foot forward and gaze up towards that right thumb. Opening up to the right side. Option to hold that imaginary beach ball if you want to work on those obliques. We'll go ahead and reverse this triangle. So reach the right hand back towards that left hip. Left hand sweeps up and back. Gaze can go down towards that right foot or up towards the left hand. Nice. Inhale, go ahead and come to a star pose. So bring the toes in, the heels out, and start to hinge forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Option to grab onto the outer edges of the feet. You can walk the hands underneath the shoulders or reach them through. And we'll be here for about 10 breaths. So after your fourth or fifth breath, you're welcome to come into an inversion, and I'll guide you through that. So most popular inversion here is going to be your headstand. So making sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. You're gonna lower the top of the head into the mat. Now, once my top of my head is into the mat, I like to shift my hips back. So once the hips shift, you can start to bring the knees in and up. Option to open up into your V. And if you fall out, that's okay. You're welcome to come up against a wall. Find some balance there. And then slowly make your way back down. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, frame that left foot for your low lunge. Go ahead and spin that right heel back. Now hands come to the earth, sweep that left foot back. Ekapada, keep that left foot hovered. Chaturanga. And then go ahead and come down to your child's pose. Big toes touch, knees out wide. And crawl the fingertips forward. Rock your third eye left to right. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more. Open mouth, exhale. Nice work. So go ahead and shift forward. We're going to come into a Sphinx pose. So forearms down, press the hips down. Open up through the chest. Make sure those hands are pressing into the mat. Those forearms are pressing into the mat. And almost like you're pressing in, pushing it back to open up that chest even more. Start to press into the hands, and then option to lift the forearms. And you should feel this in your lower back. And then exhale, lower back into the forearms. Find your gaze down, untuck the toes. Start to lift the knees up, coming into your forearm plank, starting to engage the core. And then press into your dolphin pose, so lift the hips up and back. Walk your feet towards your elbows. So this is very similar to our down dog, just opening up to the chest a little bit more. Go ahead and start to lift the right fingertips. And lowering them down. And work on the opposite side. Lift the left fingertips. Lowering it back down. Make your way into a down dog. So lift up the forearms. Press the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, gaze towards the top. Exhale, walk or float to your forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now inhale to a flat back, sweep the arms back. You can have a slight bend in the knees. Clasp the hands together. Bend the elbows. Inhale. And then exhale as you hinge forward. Reaching the hands overhead. Getting deeper into our shoulders. Exhale, slowly release the hands to the earth. Find your halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Step it back to your high plank. And then down to your forearms. We've been here before. Step into your dolphin pose. And then option for little hops here. So we're coming into our pincha. So if you want to take it to a wall. So there's different variations of this pose. I'll just sit down for a sec. So you can either have your hands in a prayer, make sure your shoulders are directly above your elbows, or you can press your hands into the earth. Now, if you have a strap like this can be really helpful to have a reminder to keep your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. So if you can make that little loop, go ahead and grab your strap. You don't need the strap, it's just here for some assistance. Okay, so then I'm just gonna bring my arms in here and bring it right by my elbows. I'm gonna press my hands, forearms into the earth, press back into my downward dog, walk it forward, maybe right foot reaches up, hop, switch it out with the opposite foot. Now it's not every day I get my pinch up, but once you find some hang time, keep that gaze towards the top of the mat. Slowly coming out. How did that feel? You guys let me know. Go ahead and place the strap to the side. And we'll meet in just a downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth to exhale. Inhale, sweep the right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid pose. Lift the chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, come into a low lunge instead of chaturanga. We'll go ahead and come into our half splits. So walk your hands forward, lift the left leg up. Flex the left toes down. Now from here, if you want to come into some handstand hops, hands are directly underneath the shoulders. You can hop your right foot back a little bit. We'll go ahead and hop off the right heel. So inhale, lift the right heel, bend the knee, and kick the butt. Option to find some of that hang time rather than the handstand hops. And when you're ready, Ekapada, Chaturanga, inhale, exhale. Big inhale. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, pyramid pose. Find your half lift. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, low lunge. Half splits, walk your hands forward, lift the right foot up. Flex the right toes. Hop that left foot back. Now again, stay here or find those handstand hops. Hands directly over the shoulders. Lift that left heel. Bend the knee and hop. Try to hop just off the left leg since we did the right foot. Once you did 5 or so, flowing through your chaturanga, and then meet in your downward dog to your child's pose. Whew. Rock your forehead left to right. Now we'll stretch through the outer right side of that arm. So slide that right arm through onto the right shoulder. The left hand can reach forward. And then switching it out. Right hand forward, left arm goes through. Stretching through that outer left shoulder. And then go ahead and shift forward, coming to a puppy pose. Hips over the knees. Walk your hands forward, let the chest fall through. Either bring the forehead or the chin to the earth. Go ahead and shift forward onto your hands and press back onto your heels. And draw some circles with your wrist. Going in opposite directions. And then go ahead and clasp your palms together. Reach your hands forward, round in the back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, around. 2 more. Go ahead and release. Grab into the right hand and just flip it so you're stretching through the forearm. Grabbing onto the left hand with the right. Switch it out. Grab onto the right hand. Stretching through the left forearm. Go ahead and release. Draw circles. Wiggle out the fingers. Make your way onto your butt. Slowing our practice down. Roll your shoulders up and back. Reach the hands forward. Take an inhale. Exhale to lower 1 vertebrae at a time. It's making our way all the way onto the back. Walk the heels close to the glutes. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bend the right knee. Place the right shin on top of the left. Figure 4 on the back. Sweep the hands through that left thigh. Keep flexing both the feet. Slowly release, let that left heel go down. And then switch it out, right heel down, inhale the left leg long. Exhale, bend the knee, place your shin on top of your thigh. Reach through, grab your right thigh. Keep flexing both the feet. You can use your left forearm to gently press into that left thigh to go a little bit deeper. Gently release that right heel down. Lower that left heel and then bring your knees into into your chest. Bring your hands on top of your knees. Draw some big circles. Opening up to the inner thighs. Eventually making your way into your happy baby. So grabbing into the outer edges of the feet, keeping that tailbone down. Bend the knees. You can rock left to right. Bend and straighten through a leg. Maybe straighten both legs. That feels good. And then slowly bring your feet together. Legs up the wall. Just relax the hands. Flex the toes back towards the face. Feeling that blood flow come down. Lots of inversions today. Make sure you drink lots of water. You may feel a little bit lightheaded. Bring the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Knees to the nose. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale, Shavasana. Send the legs long. Big inhale. Let's do that one more time. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Nice. Now if your tongue is on the top of your mouth, just let it go. Relax the jaw. Relax the eyes. Slowly start to draw circles with the wrists and ankles. If you're ready to return, you're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Good morning stretch. Exhale into the left or right side, using your bicep as a pillow. Bring your right hand or left hand in front of you to press into the mat, so you can press yourself all the way up. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands at the heart center. It's been an honor to guide you through this practice. From my heart to yours, namaste. All right, guys, hope you have a beautiful morning. Thank you for joining me today.